Hey, 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 what it up, y'all? Oh, man. Yesterday was interesting. I get off of work. I go home. I greet my wife. I said, greetings, baby. And she says, why did you just say greetings? And I said, I don't know, just being a smart butt. You know how I roll. And she's like, you so crazy. I was like, you know me. So I started playing. And as soon as I logged in, Lord Nikon invites me to squad up. And so I'm looking at my hanger. And I'm like, you know what? It's a competitive hanger. Sure. So I start playing, conversing with them in the in-game chat, right before, or in squad chat or whatever. And then we drop in. And we dropped in against an entire squad of Iron, which is, I'm in Iron, the Iron Order, the Marauders, you have the Crusaders, and there's a bunch of them. And these are all like basically the best players, I think. There's a lot bigger pool of great players in Iron, the Iron Order, but what I was looking across the field was some of the best players in Iron. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. I'm going up against my people, and I'm in a squad of our arch nemesis. It's kind of funny because that's their clan is Nemesis. Our rivals, and I was getting owned. Like I think I bought it out at like minute 4, and everyone else was going strong, and I was like, man, this is horrible. My performance has been degraded from C+ to C-, man. And my confidence like dropped. I was like, man, this brother doesn't feel like he can hold his own. So, yeah, it was embarrassing, man. I ended up throwing my iPad after the first game. I threw my iPad into the couch. I wasn't going to throw it at the wall because I just got back from Apple the day before and got my iPad replaced because my screen was cracked. I'm not going back to Apple. So I threw it into the couch. I said, enough of this foolishness. I said other words, but I will not say them here. So I'm thinking, I checked my workshop points and stuff about 10 minutes ago. I'm heading to a client right now. And this specific client I was thinking about this specific client that I'm heading to currently, about his some challenges that he has in his journey to lose weight. And I was thinking, 80% psychology, 20% mechanics. The 20% is doing, meal prep, getting the right amount of sleep, exercise, like all these different things are the doing. But the 80% that is part of getting to your goal, which is the massive part of this whole thing, is the psychology. It's the belief systems. It's, the self-imposed limitations that we put on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Self-imposed. And I was like, man, how do I get through to him? Because obviously what I'm telling him to do, it's not working, and whatever. I can go on and on about that stuff. But then I started thinking about this young man that I coached back in 2010, 2011, and I just got hired with Under Armour, and my job was basically like putting on the football combines to get these kids prepped for the getting noticed by colleges and universities, D1, D1 AA, D2. So yeah, so this kid comes into the gym and he says, I know that you coached a couple of my friends that ended up going into the league and stuff, and I was wondering if you can help me. I was like, well, what do you need help with? And he says, man, I can't seem to land these drills, like the L drill, the 4-cone, the shuttle, the 3-cone shuttle. I don't know if you guys know anything about the combines, like the Indy combine for the players going into the NFL when they get scouted by coaches and scouts from the league, like Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jacksonville Jags, whatever. And so I asked him what it was that he was having troubles with, and it was the L drill, and the 3-cone shuttle, which they're huge. They're like the benchmarks for speed and agility, for basically agility, change of direction, speed. And so I asked him to run a couple of the drills, like 75% intensity, and he did botch it. He either kicked the cone or he missed his call it your drop zone, which is your where your hand touches the ground, but it has to touch the ground in a specific area where the cone is in order to be A, faster to change directions, or B, to not be DQ'd, disqualified. And so I asked him, I laid out the speed ladder, which I don't know if you guys know what the speed ladder is. The speed ladder is this big, it's usually like between 5 and 15 boxes. And you do you go in, out, in, and you kind of stagger all the way down the length of the ladder. And so I pulled out the long one that we had, which was like 10 boxes. And the boxes are probably 1 foot by 1 foot. So imagine what the length is. So it was like a 10-foot ladder. And I'd say probably like the third box, he screwed it up. And the ladder went shot across the floor because it was on hardwood floor. And so I lined it out. I said, no problem, man, do it again. So he gets in his position and I hit go. I said, go. Second box, botched it. I said, all right, take a deep breath. Okay, let's do this one more time. There's no right or wrong. It's just, I just need to see the mechanics. And I pulled out my phone and I showed him, or started recording in slow motion. And so yeah, he screwed that one up again. It was probably like the second or third box again. So I turned off the lights. I had him sit down in the middle of this big room that the gym was using as a group fitness room. And I closed the doors, closed the blinds, turned off the lights, and I had him sit in this chair. And I was sitting in front of him in a chair, probably about like 3 or 4 feet away. And I asked him to imagine himself sitting in his room. And I'm going to go basically do exactly what I told him. I said, with your eyes closed, imagine you're sitting in your bedroom at your desk where you do your homework. And above your desk on the wall is this picture of Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt Smith, because that was his idol, that's who he wanted to be most like. And ironically, this kid has all of the characteristics of Emmitt Smith, athleticism-wise. And I said, imagine, Emmitt Smith is on his poster and he's stiff-arming. He's in that pose of stiff-arming. He has the ball and the determination in his eyes. Can you see it? And so this player said, yeah. And I said, I want you to imagine you get up from your chair, you step on your chair, you put the other foot on the desk, and then the picture opens up and you can tell that it's a window. You can walk into the picture. So he walks into the picture. And I said, Emmitt Smith is standing right in front of you, and he says, do you want to learn how to use the speed ladder? And he eagerly says yes. And I said, all right. Emmitt Smith lines out the speed ladder, and Emmitt Smith tells him, stand right behind me about 1 foot away. Put your hands on my hips. We're both facing the same direction. And I want you to mirror me. When my right foot goes into the first box, your right foot goes into the box with mine. When my left foot comes out from outside the box into the box, you put your left foot inside the box also. And when my right foot leaves the box to go on the outside of the speed ladder, your right foot does the same thing. When his left foot leaves the box to go on the outside of the speed ladder to join my right, yours does the exact same. And he does it the entire length of the speed ladder. In, out, out. In, out, out. In, out, out. And I asked him if he saw that, if he felt it. And I can see his eyeballs in the back of his eyes, because his eyes were closed. You could tell he's looking around. in his mind. He's seeing the pictures, he's feeling it. So you smell the grass, the turf. You hear the silence, maybe birds chirping, maybe traffic off in the distance because you're in a stadium. And now Emmitt Smith turns to him and says, all right, it's time for you to do it yourself. Now show me how to do the speed ladder. So this player, he does that, and he does it himself. But he does it in that same intensity at a 10% intensity, in, out, out, in, out, out, while Emmitt Smith is watching him. And then Emmitt Smith says, you got it. Now it's time to do this in real life. Leave where you are, go back out and do the drill. And so I said, okay, now open your eyes. And without questioning, without thinking anything different, walk up to that speed ladder and do it exactly like Emmitt Smith just told you. And I swear to you, I am not inflating this at all. He lands every single box. And when he finished that last box, it was like the 10th box, he turned around and he came back. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And I was like, what the fudge just happened? And he had this, you can tell that his lips started quivering and his eyes got really watery. And he was emotionally moved. And he kept saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I did something magical. All I did was I gave him a different tool, a different perspective to see what his actual ability was or were, plural, abilities. And all I did was I gave him a different perspective, a different insight. So I'm thinking about like the people that I can't get through to, like the guy that I'm about to go see right now. I've circled his apartment. This is the 3rd time. I'm trying to find parking. Like the only visitor parking is here, which is it's like the length of the property away. But hey, it's a sunny day and beautiful outside, so whatever. But yeah, it was eye-opening. So I'm like thinking about, how does this deal with, war robots and stuff? Visualize what it is that you exactly want to get better at and keep focusing on the mechanics of doing it perfectly up here first and then application second. So I started thinking about like, things that I could be doing, different video ideas that I have about visualization, using visualization to get better, because it's not just war robots, it's everything in life. It's literally everything in life. So yeah. Anyway, just rambling. I got to get going. This is he's probably out walking, trying to find me. I'll be like, good job, dog, good job. All right, y'all. I will talk to you guys soon. And I hope you, your friends and family are happy, healthy, and safe. And until next video, I will talk to y'all soon. Peace, y'all.